What do you do when your country is set to host the world's most popular sporting event? If you ask Morocco, they may say this: clean up your streets and launch a massacre. Because that's exactly what this North African country is doing. They are preparing to host the 2030 FIFA World Cup, so they're culling stray dogs and puppies with poisons, gunshots and traps. Rabat plans to kill 3 million dogs over the next 5 years. That's 30 lakh dogs to be killed. Of course, there is massive backlash, and FIFA has a PR scandal on their hands. But will they do something about it? And is Morocco an isolated case? Here's a report.
3 million. That's how many dogs Morocco is planning to kill. Why? Ironically, to prepare for a joyous spectacle, the FIFA World Cup.
We were very happy to receive the news. Today, the Moroccan dream came true.
We all heard that Morocco will organize the 2030 World Cup in partnership with Spain and Portugal, and the news made us very happy. We are all sure that Morocco will be ready for that responsibility.
Back in 2023, this is how Moroccans reacted when they found out that their country will co-host the 2030 FIFA World Cup with Spain and Portugal. This is the world's most popular sporting event, and Morocco is only the second African nation to host it after South Africa. It's a massive opportunity. So how is Rabat preparing for it? By building what could be the world's largest football stadium, by upgrading transportation infrastructure, and by cleaning up the streets to reportedly make them nicer for the fans who will flock to the Moroccan cities 5 years later. But by road cleanup, they don't mean a paint job or a trash pickup. They are talking about a massacre, about culling millions of stray dogs and puppies across the nation. According to reports, this has been happening for months now, allegedly through horrifying methods. Animal rights groups say dogs are being poisoned with strychnine. This is a toxic chemical which is used as a pesticide. It is being directly injected into the dogs' bodies or being fed to them. Plus, thousands of dogs are being trapped with clamped devices, then transported to facilities where they are being killed. Some methods are even quicker. Reports say gunmen are patrolling the streets and shooting stray animals to death. This mass slaughter of dogs is being condemned globally. Conservationists are appalled. Prominent rights campaigners, including Jane Goodall, have written to the International Football Association and are demanding immediate action against Morocco. They want these horrific acts to be halted immediately, and they have questioned how football fans would feel visiting Morocco. Would they travel despite the brutality? Morocco is not an isolated case. International games have a dog problem. In the run-up to global games, countries often execute a brutal so-called clean-up operation to make cities presentable to tourists, hoping that they boost the economy. We saw this prior to the 2008 Beijing Olympics, when China sent hundreds of thousands of cats and dogs to death camps. We saw this again in 2014 before the Sochi Olympics, when thousands of stray dogs were culled in Russia. It became an international scandal as photographs of dogs dying in the streets were shared widely. And in protest, many Olympic athletes adopted Sochi dogs. Despite the outcry, months later, Brazil reportedly killed stray dogs before hosting the 2014 FIFA World Cup. More recently, in 2022, Qatar was on the receiving end of global outrage as it geared up to host the World Cup. 4 men opened fire on animals in a compound, slaughtering 29 dogs. So if Morocco continues with this massacre, FIFA has a PR disaster on their hands. It's as if the countries never learn. There are many humane alternatives to controlling street dog populations. They require some amount of planning and empathy. But countries would rather resort to cruelty and opt for the quick fix, which may or may not do its job and boost the FIFA economy. But at what cost when it's blood money?
From breaking news to the day's biggest controversies, shedding light on the world's top headlines. Detailed analysis on the stories that matter the most to you. Catch it all on Spotlight at 6 p.m. India time and 12:30 GMT, only on Firstpost.